Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder of the On Purpose Woman Global Community and founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine. Welcome to Connections on Purpose. Whether you're here with us live on Zoom, joining us on Facebook, or watching later on YouTube, I'm glad you're here. This is a time to slow down, fill up, and connect with other heart-centered women who are making a difference in the world. I'm blessed to have one of those women with me today, Lori Pieper. It's Friday the 13th, and Lori's talking about Black Cats and Superstition, the truth. She's using this fun day to show us how beliefs can set us free or keep us stuck. Lori is an author, an architect of joy, and the founder of Journey to Inner Joy. She empowers overwhelmed women to live their lives with clarity, passion, and purpose. Her unique programs combine the timeless, timeless insights of ancient sages with the cutting edge knowledge of modern science. Lori's clients find the needed clarity to set appropriate boundaries and make powerful choices in alignment with their heart and soul, making them unapologetically unstoppable. You can learn more about Lori on her website, journeytoinnerjoy.com, which is also in the text of this video. Lori, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you, Jenny, for inviting me and allowing me to have this time. I
I
always
look
love
forward to
this.
hearing, yeah, I look forward to hearing your talk, and you're on.
All right, thank you. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome. So, today is Friday the 13th, and I love everything about Friday the 13th. And as you can see, I have my black cat earrings on. I figured that was apropos. And this morning, as I was watching the news, I live in Southern Ohio, and this morning on the news, I heard that there were five, yes, five sightings of Sasquatch, of Bigfoot. So I have Bigfoot earrings as well. And of course, it was absolutely true. I'm sure it was absolutely true. It wasn't a Friday the 13th, spoof, right? Right. But I couldn't decide. So I decided to put one of each on because, it's Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh, people take life suggestions from me. Can you believe people come to me to be a life coach? But I like to have fun. And this is Friday the 13th is fun. But it also has something to do, a lot to do with the way we think. Not necessarily Friday the 13th, but our beliefs, what we believe and why we believe them. So, think about a superstition. We just had a question earlier. What superstition did you believe as a child and why? And what superstition did you not believe as a child and why? And so for me, the what I believed was if I lie, I'm going to go to hell because that's what I was told by people in authority. I've come to realize that the God that I know is not going to throw me into the fire, the pits of hell for all eternity because I told a lie. The one I didn't believe in is if you step on a crack, you're going to break your mother's back. I guess I was even a little logical back then because I stepped on a lot of cracks and my mom never broke her back. So superstitions, but what is a superstition? Let's pause a minute. What is a superstition? The definition I like is believing in something that is markedly wrong, markedly wrong. So I knew if I stepped on a crack, it was markedly wrong that I was going to break my mother's back. I had proof. But there are other things where you don't necessarily have proof, but it's still wrong. It's still not a correct correlation. And so why all of this? Where am I going with this? No matter if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, a lot of our viewers here are entrepreneurs, whether you're in business or you're a stay-at-home parent or you're in college, whatever the deal is, we always have beliefs, things that may or may not be true. And a lot of them aren't true. Beliefs like, I'm not enough. Oh, I could never do that. You're so brave. I could never do that. So when we have these beliefs, and I think I have no science behind this, but I believe that women are a little more, um, a little harder on themselves than men are. A little, we are a little more fearful of putting ourselves out there than most men. And that's in general. And I am seeing a trend where that's kind of going away, which is good. But when we think about, and what I find helps me is knowing the science behind why I sometimes believe I'm not enough. And it's all in the brain. So our brain is very amazing, first of all, but our brain also keeps us safe. So in prehistoric times, you've all heard fight, flight, freeze, or fight, flight, fawn. So when you feel like you're in danger, you either prepare to fight, you prepare to run, or sometimes you just stand still and hope nobody sees you. And a lot of times in this world, especially, in business, sometimes we just stand still and freeze and hope nobody sees us, but we still want to make that $100,000 a year. Well, it doesn't work that way. Why is your brain doing this? It's to keep you safe. And back in prehistoric days, that meant you might get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. But today, there aren't saber-toothed tigers. The fear is not typically bodily harm fear. Typically, it is what will people think fear. I was raised with what will people think. That was like my mother's mantra. Oh, don't be too noisy. What will people think? Oh, don't do this. What will people think? And so that was a superstition that I had to worry about what people think. And it's a superstition that I think a lot of us have. Superstition being something that is markedly not true, something you believe that is markedly not true. So how does the brain work? I'm not going into a lot of detail, but it learns by patterns. So let's say one day you start to cross the road, you hear a horn beep, you look, you see a car careening toward you, and you jump back. That is a pattern that your brain has recognized as potential fear, potential harm, something that you should be aware of. So now anytime you're about to cross the road and you hear a loud, maybe it's a horn honking, maybe it's something else, you kind of jump and you look, okay, am I in danger? And that's great for keeping us safe. But what's not great is when we are holding ourselves back for fear of being judged, for fear of being seen. So another way that our brain kind of holds us back is if you look around you, look at all of the sensory inputs. So, I mean, just looking here at my at my messy desk, there are a lot of things to see. But if you think about every little detail, things that you can see, your brain cannot, your brain, your mind cannot manage that much sensory input all at one time. Now that's just what you see. Now, if you also think about what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch, that's even more sensory input. And your brain you just can't, you would go crazy if you had to, if all that was coming in at once. So your brain filters. That's the point. The brain filters. But what does the brain filter? Well, the brain also wants you to be right. So when the brain is filtering, it's going to filter out that which you do not believe, and it's going to filter in that which you believe. And this is why two people can see the exact same accident and come back with totally different a totally different story of what actually happened. And I actually ran into that, and I had to give a deposition and everything where I did see an accident. Clearly, the one car ran a red light, hit the other car. Um, there were uh, construction people across the road. They said they saw it completely differently. Now, of course, I know I was right, but but that's why it happens. And so when we are thinking, well, I'm not enough, or I want, I want clients, but are they really gonna like what I have to say? Are they, maybe I shouldn't be too out there. What will people think? So this is your brain keeping you safe, and there is a belief somewhere in there that you're not good enough to be seen. It may be buried somewhat deep, but there is still some belief. And it may not be a belief that you're not enough, but there's something in there. There is some belief, something that is keeping you from being out there and exploring things like that. And there are many people who can help you dig deep, and this is part of what I do, to find out what is it that's holding you back. Why do you believe that you can't go out there and change jobs? Why do you believe you can't go to your boss and ask for a raise? Why do you believe, why are you afraid of that? What are you afraid of? And as we ask questions, we can dig deeper to get to the truth. Now, is it the truth for everyone? Not necessarily. The key is it's got to be the truth for you. And this is where we also get into, I don't want to say trouble, but get into maybe positions where we're not feeling all that comfortable because somebody is saying, "Oh my gosh, you got to try this. This is the most fun. I love this job, and come on, Lori, you gotta join me. You gotta come do this." Well, it may be wonderful for that person, but if I just dive into it because it worked for her, it may not work for me. So we are unique in that, and we should embrace and celebrate our uniqueness without feeling like, oh, I can't tell anybody I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane 7 times in my lifetime. They'll think I'm really weird, so I can't tell them that. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. My dad was proud of it. So I'm going to tell people. And if you think I'm weird, you think I'm weird. So the whole point here is when we look at patterns, our brain is looking at patterns to determine what is good for us, what is scary for us, and maybe what's kind of in between. And it uses that to keep us safe. But safe isn't always what is absolutely right for us. We have a whole nother part of ourselves, our entire body, what I call my mind. I believe that our mind is in our entire body, and our body tells us. Our body, the more you can be in tune with your body and how it reacts, the more likely you are to make wise decisions that work for you. They don't have to work for me. They have to work for you. So I like to do a little example. I don't know if we have time for the whole, but I'll just walk you through a little exercise I like to do with some of my clients. Is just have you imagine, bringing your attention to your body, and then imagine that you're eating the worst food the food that you hate the most. Like for me, that's liver. My mother loved liver. She would make it all the time, but she was the only one in the house that ate it. But how your body feels, it just kind of like, ugh. And then think of the food that you love to eat. Like I love watermelon. And and then the saliva starts kicking in, and you start feeling like, oh yeah, I want to go get some watermelon. That is your body talking to you. Those feels in your body, that's what we should pay more attention to than the brain. And I'm not discounting the beauty of the brain, not at all. I'm at that age where my brain is starting to do, like what was I talking about? Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I value the brain. It has its place, but we tend to give it more power than it really should have over us, especially when it comes to what we fear versus what we want. And sometimes what we want can be fearful. It does take a little bit of bravado in order to go for what we want, but that's okay. And when you're aware of this, it really helps you to say, okay, I'm going to be okay. My body is telling me that I should quit my corporate job and become an entrepreneur, something I never really wanted to do, but I'm going to do it because my heart, and that was me 4 years ago, my heart really wanted to serve women in a way that I felt was needed in this world. And so I gave up a regular paycheck to become an entrepreneur. It's scary. It's scary, right? But when you tap into your body and you have these strong feelings about, wow, I really want to jump out of an airplane. Well, the universe is telling you, hey, it'll be a good experience for you. Um, I don't do it anymore. It might it might break my back. That might break my back. But there are little things every day that we choose to do, even without thinking about it. And the more aware we can be, the better choices we're going to make on a daily basis. And also, we are going to feel uplifted. You want to make $100,000 this year, sitting at your desk at your home office and just say, I'm going to make $100,000. I'm going to make $100,000. I'm going to make $100,000. You're trying to train yourself to believe that, but when you're doing that and not feeling it, then it's just your brain telling you. And the brain only has so much power. But when you bring your whole body into it, that's when you can start manifesting. And then you start realize, oh, well, if I'm going to do that, I have to get out there. And you start believing. You have to tell yourself what you believe about yourself, psych yourself up, do the work. You obviously have to do the work, but it does really start. Your passion isn't here. Your passion is here. And this is what catapults you. Instead of just getting along, this is what catapults you. So, love my cat, love my Sasquatch, and happy Friday the 13th to everybody. Enjoy it. Have fun with the superstitions. Don't let them hold you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lori. Great reminders, great information, great examples. I want to ask everyone who's here with us on Zoom to unmute yourself so we can show Lori some love. She can hear our applause, our
Thank
thanks, and all that kind of
you.
stuff. So
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And Lori, you're getting
Great
some
job.
hearts and some
Great job.
emoji stuff popping
I'm
every.
getting, I'm sorry, I'm getting what?
As you're getting some hearts and emojis popping
Oh,
up
oh, yes, thank
in the
you.
gallery up there. So thank you again. And thank you for anyone who's joining us live or catching the replay. If you'd like to get more involved, join us for future connections on purpose gatherings on Zoom or in person, or explore On Purpose Woman magazine. Just visit opwgc.com. You'll find inspiration, opportunities for connection, and to grow both personally and professionally, all while staying true to who you are. That is also in the text of this video. And until next time, stay inspired, stay connected, and stay grounded in your purpose. Thanks for watching.